And we are back to continue taking your calls and contributions as well. But at this juncture, I'm going to ask that you allow me read some messages that are already in at the moment. I'd like to take this one. It says, I want to thank you, Franklin Isong and Passion FM, for highlighting the flood menace in Akaitiam Street. Your program has yielded positive impact as the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Works and Fire Service, and the State Environmental and Waste Management Agency boss, Prince Ikem, have visited the areas to see things for themselves. With the visit, hope has risen on the possibility of evacuating the flood and dealing with that issue there. So God bless your good works, and thank you very much. God bless you. We appreciate you. Another message here says, good morning, Captain. And this is from Samuel Iwok. Samuel Iwok says here, Nigerians applying for, so this is from the newspaper segment. Let me jump that and go straight to the conversations from around here. This one says, good morning, the Uncommon Flight Captain Ike, and always vocal and eloquent to Twicom. This segment has never been in vain. I commend the state government on Operation Zero Potholes initiative. God will give the government the grace to do more. God bless you, Ike and Twicom. John Adam from Uyo. And then we'll move on to some other messages here. And this one is from Isaac Umoya from Ekmanuken. And he says, good morning, Captain, and Otwekong in the studio. I want to thank the governor for this quick intervention in regards to the new minimum wage, the patching of holes in the streets of Uyo. May God bless him, you say. Please, I also want him to come to Itumban General Hospital Isolation Center there. That road from there to the airport roundabout is a death trap. And please come and rescue us, Sir Isaac Omoyak concludes. And another message here says, good morning once again, Group Captain Ike the Favorite. Good morning to Twicom Franklin Song. He says, and he says what he's saying, it's because these corrupt people are not called to give account of what they have been doing with the people's money. He goes ahead to blame the House of Assembly, State House of Assembly, because he says they don't go into investigating jobs given to contractors. That's oversight functions now. That's why we continue to have abandoned projects in the state, like my village, Obio Ibiono. The road construction awarded by the previous administration was abandoned, but up till now the House of Assembly doesn't want to know from the contractors why that project was abandoned. Please, I plead with Twicom Franklin to conduct an investigation on why that road was abandoned. The Twicom, I believe you've noted the road.
Yeah, noted.
And then you probably put that in your advocacy.
You
know, you've always told us that nobody is bankrolling you.
That is it.
One day we'll ask God to...
It's only God that is bankrolling us.
That's what I'm saying. One day we'll ask God to reveal if truly nobody is bankrolling
you. It's only God that is bankrolling us.
Okay.
If we had a bank, someone would bankroll us by now, the person would have retired because we do so much almost every day.
And the person will also influence what you do.
Or what we do.
So there are certain things the person will say, please don't go
Don't
there.
do that
Don't
one.
do this and all that. So from Facebook, Ukemewa fan says, well-meaning Nigerians must support. Ukemewa fan is talking about the tax reform bill there. Still on Facebook here, let me see if I can get one more. And then we get back to the calls and then continue with your messages and contributions. Okay, so that's what we have from Facebook there. Ukemewa fan, thank you very much. And another message came in whilst I was looking at Facebook. This one says, good morning, Passion FM and the guests in the studio. The new minimum wage implementation being signed by the Akwa Ibom State Governor is a welcome development, but I feel it's because of the NLC's impact. You see, NLC wanted to go on strike today if the governor didn't sign it, but now he has sinned and believed. Now I have sinned and I believe the payment of the new salary will commence this month. Anthony from Uyo. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. I take the favor.
Great to have you on board. Your name, sir?
My name is Charles Awai. I'm calling you from Mecca.
Mr. Awai, great.
Yeah, I actually have been wondering why most of the times I listen to your program and to many other programs on radio. You get a resource person in the studio, but we barely get the government officials in the studio. Hello?
We can hear you, Mr. Awai. Go on, Mr. Awai. We can hear you.
Yes, I've been wondering why is that the case? So because I heard you talking on that issue. So I do not think that the reason of bringing in the government through the studio would have been to maybe open their nyash as we.
Okay, so don't say that bad word with me, okay? I apologize for using it. So you don't use it, I beg.
To get the right English. So I was having some challenges getting that vocabulary across. So, but truly, it will be nice because we look forward to having them on board so that they can interface with the public that they are serving. So it is really good. Why I'm saying this is when President Obasanjo was in office, I remember, I think the GSM was not in common use. Obasanjo was always on, I think, on a monthly basis.
Yeah, every month. Yeah, it's a media interaction. Yeah.
So why I'm calling you is sometimes I begin to wonder, is it that you are not interested in bringing them in? So when I heard that you have challenges in inviting them in, I begin to wonder, some of these commissioners or whatever you call them, they are from villages. We know their background. We know how they started. They are not mighty.
Wrap it up.
Yes. Okay, so thank you for having me all this way.
All right, thank you very much. It's welcome.
Let me just react to the question before this one. The question that talked about that the governor had to respond to the NLC because of the threat. I don't know, I'm not holding brief for the governor or holding brief for the government. I want to think differently. Why do I say this? The governor of Ebonyi State has issued a directive that any worker who goes on strike will be replaced. So you could have someone, a governor, who will also be daring, who could also ignore the NLC strike and still go ahead.
And let's not forget that there are some states that
have not even discussed it.
That they're not talking
about it for now.
At all. The Labour is even in solidarity with the governor.
So you can imagine that it's not the threat that the NLC has issued that compelled the government. But like I mentioned, the issue of empathy. I mentioned the issue of empathy, that the governor seemed to be having empathy on his people. Because if you lock up, if the civil service today go on strike, it will not only affect the government, it will affect every person. Even those who are also going on strike will be affected as well. Everybody will be affected. So I don't think that it is because of the NLC strike. I think that because the governor has empathy for those he is governing. Now that's one. The last one I talk about bringing in the government people to be on air. I think they also have their program that they also run.
No, aside that program, because the problem with that program, it's a government program.
That is he's talking about inviting government.
No.
I'm just thinking aloud.
I understand where he's going, man, and I agree with him, and I need to say this.
You know,
a couple of times you send an invitation, you call them.
I agree. You see,
you send a message, they don't respond. You can't force them.
Yes, you see, the issue of the Ip Man, for instance, the Ip Man crisis that led to fuel outage in the state. You recall that I had to make you. I put you under notice and I put you under compulsion to call our friend and brother Victor Etefia, who is the SSA to the governor on petroleum matters. And even when you express doubt and fears that he will not pick, I say call him. At the end of the day, you call him. Finally, when he picked up the call, he gave his own side of the story. You see, which finally led to us having a committee of petroleum monitoring task force. So it is good. You recall we have called Prince Ikim when he was in Lagos trying to acquire equipment for the waste management. We put him on call here. We say call him. We call him and ask him, why do we have refuse in the state? And it took time to also explain. Now the truth is, like I said, God help that we want to call anybody and he refuses to pick the call. We will discuss it.
No, that would be, of course, I know the man call, but you know me, if I want to drag you, I will drag you. And I will drag you.
Because the governor will not be everywhere. That's why he has all these aides everywhere.
You know, they are not part. You were here one day when I said they usually make a comment like one journalist will just be talking anyhow. They make that statement. I've heard the statement a lot of times.
No problem. You see, Ike, they will continue
begin to drag you.
See, Ike,
you now tell governor why you don't want to talk.
Now, you see, today's Thanksgiving is on who? Is to who? Is it to Franklin the song?
Absolutely.
Is it to Passion FM?
No.
Is it to Ike?
No.
It is to the government. It is to the governor and his appointees. Somebody, you saw a text that somebody even thanked the commissioner for works and the chairman of ASEMA, Prince for coming to visit the Itiam flood after we mentioned it on air. So the thanksgiving today is to who? It is because the government has responded. It is that's what the government is, is put in place for. So if these thanksgiving are not there, then what you will have is backlashing. And this is what the government should avoid. This is what the governor does not want to get by getting his men all over the place. And if you are appointed by the governor out of over 5 million people in the state, and you are graciously being appointed to work, you must work. No, work for the interest of the state, work to protect the image of the government and the governor.
And above all,
answer questions and respond to it, because you are seen. We are operating a government where a few go to represent the majority. So when you are opportunity to be among the few, try to protect the interests of the majority and get their questions and answer it. Don't expect me to go and call the governor when you are supposed to be the one to speak to me.
Let's take one for the road. Hello, good morning. Your name?
My name is Cheche. I'm from Nicaragua.
All right, welcome.
Good morning, sir.
Comment by Jacob for his brilliant and his elaborate presentation analysis over this guy. Quickly, I want to talk about the issue of minimum wage. Now, the civil servants of the state are crying for the payment of minimum wage. I want to ask statistically, if you want to checkmate the top of the private state, you discover that people that are not working for the government are more than 70%. Now, why?
Is that not why the governor wanted to do verification? And hold on. No, begin the shoot to like if I'm not already, they hear, listen. Chai! They hear what? The way to make a talk. That is why the governor wanted to do the verification, and a lot of people didn't like that. They said the verification was taking time.
Thank you. I want to drop it because your time is fast spent. Our dear Excellency said that he's going to intervene on the issue of minimum wage for good 85% at the month of September before he handed over to the good government. I want to ask you to please give me the template of the 35% intervention of the dear government towards the bill of the third rival teacher and that of the next of king of the great state. Thank you very much. I'm very serious.
All right, that answer obviously will not come from me.
No, but you see, the truth is that you have the labor leader, NLC chairman, who over the issue of the retired primary school teachers. There has been that issue, the next of kings. We are on it here some time ago. So the NLC chairman can best answer this question because we don't have the time now to begin to go into those details and integrity of it.
Your part in short.
Simple. Again, today is the day of Thanksgiving for the governor for responding to all our advocacies since he came on board. I have taken time to elaborate these activities and our advocacies, and I hope that his aides and appointees will see this as opportunity to also follow the step of the governor. When we come here to speak, it's because we love the government, want the government to succeed. You can see all the colours and the text you've gotten, all the praises are to the governor and to the government and to his aides, not to me, Franklin, not to you, Ike, not to your session, but it is to the government. So what we do here is basically to complement the government for the government to succeed.
Thank you very much, Utwigon Franklin Esong, for being my guest. Utwigon Franklin Esong is the State Director, Center for Human Rights and Accountability Network. Let's switch gears now. Before I disembark from this flight, I have two people who will, of course, pilot the affairs of sports. Brad James and, of course, Moirek. A man so good they had to name him twice. Maybe they named him the first time. He didn't hear. They had to name him again so that the ear will open well.
Maybe they name him once. Greek grow.
Tina, you never grew. That's also be a different place.
Maybe they name
right.
him 3 times.
I beg, leave him where Leverkusen played Bayern. The two Bayerns played yesterday.
Yeah.
And people were expected that it was going to be something very